So Audrey's back, and I think I figured out the best lighting for when I'm in my armchair. I've been struggling with writing again, so I decided to try one of these tags I see all sorts of people doing on YouTube. And I found something called BookTube, which is so cool. But after watching Rogan Shannon's, well, I haven't finished it yet, but his playlist called Books, which is semi-booktube, but not quite as he says, I'm going to do the library tag, or library lovers tag he did. And of course, I'll give you the link to his because it is so enjoyable to watch. The first question: how often do you visit your local library? Well, if we're only talking about the physical location, that varies so much that I struggle to answer it. However, both my local library and my state library systems have wonderful websites that I use all the time to request books. And so it's probably at least every 2 to 3 weeks when a book I've requested comes in that I go to my physical library. Second question: Are you the type of person who checks out more books than you can read, or are you someone who only checks out the exact amount of books you intend to read before they are due? Oh, I am so the first type. Yes, books, definitely more than I can necessarily read, and then I try. Moving Audrey Dolly for a second, I am going to show you my current pile of books. These are the books I have out. I don't know how to make them show up right on the video, but yes, this is several hundred pages of books that I will try very hard to read before they have to go back and can't be renewed anymore. Question 3. How old were you when you got your first library card? Had to have been as early, as young as they would have allowed me. I remember going to the library as soon as I was able to. For me, the library was an escape from bullying and maternal abuse. She couldn't yell at me when we were in the library, so the library was safe and comfortable, and I spent more time there than anywhere else except for the hours that I had to be in public school. Number 4. Do you go to your library looking for a particular book, or do you check out anything that piques your interest? When I go to the physical library, it's either to pick something up, as I talked about in the second question, or I will just kind of wander looking. But when I'm using the library's website, it tends to be a specific book, or at least a specific topic that I'm looking for. Number 5. Do you use your library to check out just books, or do you also check out DVDs, audiobooks, etc.? Well, unlike Rogan, I'm not deaf, but I still don't do audiobooks. I've just never gotten into the habit of them. I do tend to have lots of books, whether they're ebooks or physical books. I mean to look at DVDs, but I don't always think to. Right now, however, I have Children of a Lesser God. Sorry about that. Children of a Lesser God is supposed to be on its way to me through the state library system, because unfortunately it's not available to stream on Netflix. Question 6. From what section of your library do you check out a majority of your books? YA, middle grade, adult, nonfiction. For me, I really tend to go through phases where I check out one or the other more. Right now, I'm actually in much more of a nonfiction and or biography, which at my physical library, those two sections are their own sections, even if they're close in the space of the library. I do enjoy YA quite a bit, but it's less of a first choice than when I don't have a nonfiction topic that I'm very interested in learning more about. Question 7. What is your favorite part of using your local library? I really like that despite the fact I live in a stupidly conservative area, my library still refuses to censor. We have plenty of the children's books that carry gay themes that probably the most of the rest of the people in my town wish they didn't, but those books are there for GLBT kids to learn about, even if their parents don't want them to, because conservatives suck, if you ask me. So, thank you so much for listening to my library tag, and after you're done here, go check out Rogan Shannon's Library Lovers tag. He does all his videos in ASL, American Sign Language, and doesn't do voiceovers. You have the captions to follow, but I so love trying to see how much of his signs I can actually understand as a language learner. Thanks. Please consider subscribing and donating to my Patreon if you can. Coffee if you can only do it once. And make sure to check out all my other social media on my channel's about tag or channel's about page. Thanks.